the biggest change in the culture is it going from being consumer-led, liking shoes to like the shoes, to being brand-led, to the shoes being a status symbol of where we are in society and how much consumerism has gone into these shoes. Before, you'd get a pair of shoes and you'd want a pair of shoes, they'll be in the store for like 3 months. You're like, I'm going to come back and get them on payday. Nowadays, if you don't go, if you're not at the store the second they're released, you're never going to see them again. So it's gone from being a consumer-led, something for the people, that's now being fed back into the people. I think the biggest change in the UK trainer culture, especially, and possibly worldwide culture, is it going from being a consumer-led organic thing to being a brand-led product, marketing, massive push drive, where literally it's gone from love, passion, and just gone straight along to consumerism. I think the differences in design cubes in the US and the UK are massive. For instance, the straight division is UK and Europe like running shoes, US like basketball shoes, because basketball isn't as big as a sport in the UK as it is in America. So then you take some of their design cues and their fashion cues from that as well. So we tend to wear slimmer clothes than they did in America. We tended to look at other more European brands, whereas you looked at homegrown brands. And then there was a kind of crossover during the 90s where things became easier to get from the States and more people travelled and you'd be able to like homogenize the two. And you got this massive growth coupled with the massive growth in hip-hop culture, and it kind of grew the whole thing together. In the UK, for instance, we have our own drivers of the culture. You've got people with massive followings that not only just talk about shoes, but go in depth and help you get the shoes as well. You've got guys like the King of Trainers, you've got the Soul Supply, you've got Drop Date, you've got Crep Junkie, you've got all these guys that are trying to push the scene forward in the UK. And obviously they take some cues from America. For instance, sneaker news is the biggest, hands down. It's where everybody gets their information from. And it's the way it permeates down. But these guys go into a bit more detail. It's not just press shots and the press release. They'll go and find out the history of these shoes. They'll go and find out the materials made in these shoes. They'll go and do extra stuff, even down to what stuff is coming out that it can even go with.